Hey everybody, Jim Ingersoll here with an important update on the coronavirus. That's right, lean in. Hey, have you been following the news? I mean, it's starting to spread a little bit. It started in China, and now they had some issues in Washington State and Rhode Island and Chicago and Florida and different places now where people are contracting the coronavirus, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger deal, especially if you listen to the media. They really are hyping this thing like it's going to destroy our economy and so on. Let me just say, you don't get into a recession without 2 straight quarters of negative growth. And so far, unemployment's super low. You know, we got very high consumer confidence and things are really strong economically, but the media keeps pounding this topic and they may be making a negative impact on their own. However, if you're in the stock market, last week was a brutal week. You guys know, like just over a week ago here, we started out up around 28,000 on the Dow, and it ended like way down here at like 25,000, from 28 to 25. Without Corona, with Corona. That's a huge drop in 1 week. Luckily, that didn't impact my tenants, my residents, my ability to collect rental income. It didn't impact the prices of any of my houses. But here is my question. If this is a legitimate fear in our economy and it spreads and it gets worse, what is going to be the impact to us in real estate because of it? What if the media is correct and it's a huge problem over the next 6 months, a year, 3 months, whatever it is? Here's what I'm thinking, and I want to know what you're thinking, so leave me your comments on this, please. All right, here's what I'm thinking. First risk point. Short-term rentals. This is all the Airbnb landlords out there that are just renting stuff like crazy. I think that if Corona spreads and gets worse, then that will impact the bookings on all of our short-term rentals. So Airbnb, VRBO, you know, that kind of stuff is potentially going to see a decline in bookings, so there'll be less demand. Less demand means you might get a little less per night. So that's a risk point that you need to be aware of if you're in the short-term rental business, so to speak. Now, what about rates? I mean, they're talking about cutting interest rates at the Fed again. Rates are already the lowest they've ever been in my lifetime, right? So they're super low. That creates an opportunity for us in real estate, because if you've got a rental portfolio and say you're in at 4.5% or 5.5%, whatever you're at, you're probably going to have the ability to do some refinances very soon and lock in some longer term rates at really low rates. What does that do? That increases your cash flow. So it's a good time to work on your cash flow. It's always cash flow time. But right now, I'll be watching that with your rates, whether you're doing conventional financing or whether you're doing commercial loans or whatever it is. It's going to impact your rates. If you can drop your rate a little bit, a point, 2 points, whatever it is, you'll create more cash flow, and that's always a really positive thing. Here's the other thing. On the retail market with people doing flips, are you flipping? I know you're a flipper. Some of you guys watching this are flippers. Rates keep going down. That means the people buying houses will be able to afford a little bit higher price point for the same monthly payment. So watch that as well. It could create a little bit of an enlarged buyer pool here in the spring market, which is always really good. So be aware of that as well. So watch that. That's another positive. So the positives are rates and refining your rentals, and then watching what happens to the flip retail market at the same time. Here's what I do know. Warren Buffett is right when he says you should buy when others are fearful. Or as Rothschild said way, way back in England, he said, buy when there's blood in the streets. I think that if this spreads and gets worse, that there will be all of a sudden some short-term buying opportunities for real estate investors. Be watching for those, have your cash ready, have your network on standby with you, and be ready to capitalize if that opportunity occurs. That's my thoughts. Short-term rentals, rates for refis on your rentals, and flips for your retail buyers, and watch for new opportunities that may come up over the next few months. What are your thoughts? Leave me your comments. I want to hear from you as to what you think the biggest risk point is and what the biggest opportunity is for short-term rentals. I'm Jim Ingersoll. Join me at the Real Estate Investor Success Facebook group. Leave your comments right here on YouTube. Thanks for the shares, likes, and comments. You guys are all rock stars. I want to know what you think about the coronavirus as it relates to real estate. Have an awesome day, everybody. See you later.